this live chat pulled up. Boom. Let's see what's going on. Don't see anybody in here yet. All right. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. See how well this works. All right. We got her up. We got the lives chat up and everything. So, yeah, I suppose we can go on with it. I'll just wait for some people to get in here and all that stuff. Just gonna kind of mess around with things and see, because I think that's gonna work. Because remember, I can also move it to the bottom too. I don't want it too far up because that's not gonna be good. So, hey, what's up, GRC? GSRC? Sorry about that. How's it going, bud? Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Awesome. I think they say shalom. I think that's what it says. I mean, that's how they say it over there. So, but anyways, how many people we got going in here? We got a couple people in here. Well, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finishing up this wheelie barn. It's a little bit warmer today, so I'm going to have a little bit longer of a live. But what we're going to do is we're going to be cutting some material, some stock, and then we're going to weld onto this, weld it onto here. And that way I can get my extension out. And then from there, I'm going to figure out, I got 2 inches of material that's going to come out there. I got to figure out whether I'm going to make an angle, because I can make that Heinz joint, you know, do this or whatever. But I don't know if I'm going to angle it like that at the end, or if I'm going to have enough material where I can maybe mount it on the bottom and get away with it that way. But first things first. Hey, what's up? Yeah, shalom. So that's kind of what we're going to be doing with everything. So why don't we just go ahead and get at it? So I'll roll you guys over to there. Got my chop saw. There we go. And I'm going to get some gloves on. I don't need my blue gloves, but I already got this all mocked up in here. I was trying to do things ahead of time. And what I keep having problems with, I got to keep an eye on it this time. I got to remember to keep an eye on it. But I keep having problems with this vise on this thing coming loose. So let's hope for the best. We're just going to cut a chunk. The stock, it's already pre-measured 1.5 inches, so. almost got through it. And it's still cut crooked anyways. Well, we'll just turn it over. This chop saw is just a cheapo from Harbor Freight. Let me line this back up again. So that should get us the rest of the way. That didn't take much. So then, we'll put our stock back over here. And the next thing we're going to be doing is cleaning up all these edges on here. I think I got all the edges, so we'll set that there to get some heat out of it. Because the next thing we got to do is turn this over here like so. And the next thing we got to do is set it up there. And I think that's going to work perfect. Yeah, I think that's going to work perfect, and I'll just weld it flush with the top. That thing's still pretty hot. Woo! So I'm going to weld it flush with the top, and in the center of these two bolt holes is what I'm going to do. So we got to get this mount off. So the next thing we'll do is go ahead and, yeah, you guys might be a little bit close for me here. Oh, my battery, I gotta get my battery. So, there it is. Whoa. Okay, so. There we go. There we go. Just take these off, set them down here with the other ones. There we go. So now, let's see if I can get you guys a little closer over here. There we go. That's better, I think. This stinking tripod is giving me fits. Whoop. So that's all we're gonna get out of it. Okay, there we go. Lower it like that. Okay, there we got that. Because I'm gonna be over here. Let's see how this is all gonna work. I'm just gonna tack it for now. I think that's gonna work right there. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. So the next thing we'll do is we'll tack it here and here. Yeah, I think we'll tack it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll tack it there. So get the old welder flipped on. Well, I don't have it plugged in. Unplug the heater. No. There we go. Now I got some juice. Whew. My goodness. There it is. Get my gloves again. And we need to get I think she'll stay there. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we'll flip it over. Yeah, we will. We'll have enough room for a bead there. We're going to tack everything in place before we weld it. Turn my amperage up a little bit. There we go, that works better. Okay. So now, I suppose, I'll get my helmet on and we can weld. Got anything going on in the comment section? No, we ain't got nothing going on. So, hopefully my mask is charged. Okay. I'm gonna grind that weld and clean it up anyways. There we go. We got that all welded up. Now we'll do some grinding and see how good we got the weld. Yeah, we gotta do that again. We gotta do this top again. Okay, so here's my ground clamp. Get it? I might try it this way. Might have some better luck that way. The problem I'm having is I'm having trouble seeing it. That looks a little better. I gotta re-vice this. I don't have much to work with here. So, okay. Damn, I'm sweating. Woo! have to take off some clothes here. Jeez. Wow. I took my sweatshirt off. So, see what's going on. You guys can still see what's going on. You got anything in the chat? Oh, shoot, the chat blew up. Good job, bro. I do welding for a living. Yeah, well, I used to weld for a living, but I lost my... it's been a lot. I don't weld all the time, I guess is what I'm trying to say, so... I don't know, I might want to go over the top of this a little bit here. We'll just quickly with the grinder. Well, not only that, but that's hey, what's going on? Oh, that welder is a flux core welder. It's not really a MIG welder. I'm not trying to come up with excuses, but if I had a MIG welder, I could run a better bead. Those beads are pretty ugly. Let me see if I can do this. I hate it when this tripod does this. Go up, and we can go back up with this. That should get you guys pretty much in the show. Now I gotta get my gloves back out because this piece of iron's hot. So it's basically gonna mount like that. You guys are starting to get the picture, maybe. Wow, that thing's still hard as a bastard. Woo! I'm gonna go out and put this thing in the snow real quick. I'll be back, guys. Oh man, it's like cheesy quipes, that's hot. Woo! Get the snow off of it. Then I'm gonna have to wipe it down, get rid of all the water. I think the best bet is going to be to blow this thing off. Now, if my air compressor kicks on, I'm just going to have to deal with it. There we go. We got lucky it didn't kick on. So, now, maybe I should use this. Some slag in the holes. Okay. Let's get this other one started. I'm gonna have to switch to the other side. Oh, I bet I got slag in the hole. That's what I bet. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. What a freaking joke. I gotta take this back off. May as well run a drill bit through every hole because I got slag on the inside of the bowls. So I'll be right back. I'm just over here on the bench. I'm just gonna do this real quick and I'm not gonna switch the camera. There we go. That's what it took. Okay. All right. So now, ah. Come on. Okay, it's loose. That's what we were after. What is the situation here? There we go. All right. Come back over to this side. Here we go. Rock in with this. I'll be painting this and stuff. I'll probably do that off camera, but I want to get the mechanical part, the fabrication part done before I worry about painting it. Let's see if that'll work. Yeah, that works. All right. So now we got her on there, and that baby's solid. I'm liking that. So the next thing we're gonna have to do is pull this off. 3mm and 5/16 ratchet. I know I'm blocking the camera with my arm. There we go. Now, I think that's going to work if I just mount it on the bottom. Yeah, I think that's going to work if I just mount it on the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm going to feel comfortable with that. So the next thing is marking a hole to drill and then drilling it. So I guess the next thing I'm going to do, I keep saying, keep giving you a play-by-play. That looks pretty centered to me. You guys aren't exactly straight. And then if I do that, then the camera wants to tilt. But anyways, I'm just trying to get yeah, this thing's completely jacked. I had it set decent. There we go. There we go. Anyways, that pretty much center of the rear, the RC car. I think that's where I want it. Yep, it's in the center of it, so that's what matters. All right, now we got to take it back off to drill the hole. So I'm not going to drill it by hand. I'm going to use my drill press. And this, my friends, should be the last step before we get her mounted up. Look out. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. Then all I have to do is paint it and it's gonna work. With everything. I just thrilled with it, I guess. I mean, I know it's big and it's bulky and it's steel, but I guarantee it holds up. It doesn't break. 100% guarantee it. There we go. We got center punch our deal where we're going to drill the hole. So now bring you guys in about right there is where I'm going to guess. And then okay. I suppose we could go ahead and turn the welder off. I'm going to go ahead and do that. That way it's not humming in the background. And then we got to get our chop saw back out of the way. Oh, there it is. Chop saw out the way. There we go. That cord, not every dang time. All right. How's you guys' view there? That looks good. So, now where'd I put our piece? There it is. Okay, so. Oh, we gotta center punch it first. Okay, let me get my hammer. There we go. Now we can log her in. That's what I had the freaking 9/16 over here for, so I can tighten this stuff down real good. There we go. Okay. Ah, there we go. worked out great. All right, now we're gonna go back over here. Whoop. About lost you guys. All right. Oop, this is the moment of truth. Okay. And then this one. I hate that. I gotta go on the other side anyways. And then probably when I paint it and everything, I'm going to, round these corners and make it look classy. I'm going to grind the welds a little better. I'll finish it, but I didn't want to do all that stuff on camera. I mean, I can do that stuff off camera. I can finish it up so that way you guys get the main idea. So that's why we're going this direction. What we got going on? I seen something. Epoxy paint, bro. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Devon? Yeah, it is. It's freezing cold. Looks like my wife joined the chat. She's a sweet girl. Sweet woman, I should say. There we go. What the? All right. All right. So yeah, basically what I was saying is it's like my battery's dying again. I just charged it. This snap-on screw gun that I have is probably almost 20 years old. 15 anyways. I haven't turned wrenches for, well, my motorcycle accident was it'll be 9 years ago this year. So I haven't turned wrenches in 9 years. So let's see how that works, guys. Yeah, we'll keep that there. I think that's going to work good. I got 3. My 3mm. There it is. All right. Yeah, I can't really get a good bite on it. Like that. And then it's wanting to slip off there, so I know what I'll do. I will put a socket and a ratchet on it. Jeez, no matter how I get on it, it just wants to screw with me. Okay. So yeah. Oh, I think that's gonna be perfect. Yeah, it's gonna hold up. That's the first thing I wanted to see. But yeah, that's right where it should be. I'm pretty sure. I mean, without sticking the rear wheels on it and putting it on the ground. But I can always adjust this stuff in here, this turnbuckle. It's actually all the way turned in. And I can also turn this bracket around, and that'll lower it. I'm pretty sure. No, because it would pull this back even further. It wouldn't lower it. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is this is... Yeah, that's going to work. That is going to work. So anyways, guys, yeah, I think, let's see what's going on. Usually it says, okay, 50, okay. Well, yeah, I wish I had some more to do, but I don't, because we only went live for 50-some minutes, but we got this bracket made. You can buy these for, what are they, 16 bucks, 15 bucks through Taylor, but I decided to go ahead and make one. I thought at the same time it would be good content creator, you know, or good way to create some content, you know, take you guys on the journey. I know it looks pretty cowboy now, but the next time you see it, you'll be like, you won't even think that's the same bracket. So I'll get it all cleaned up, get these welds ground down a little bit better and whatnot. And yeah, I think this turned out, you know, it's not professional because I'm just I'm not a professional fabricator or professional welder, but it's gonna work. I can guarantee you that. And so we got the Beebop on the Kraken Vesla. Awesome, guys. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna probably quit the live here. And thanks for joining me on this Saturday, everybody. And don't forget, I will see you in the next one.